All right, happy Monday. 2 weeks to go. Welcome, welcome. Today is July 21st. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys are excited. I don't know. I'm excited. PIB boost. Anybody fired up about the PIB boost? We're going to talk about here in just a second. But we had quite a few people submit their one-star director promotions this last night. So I'll be going through those with the leadership retreat on Wednesday heading out. I am about 18 Zooms today, so no time to go through those new entries. But I will have some time tonight after we hop off here. So I'm excited to see all of our new one-star directors and congratulate you guys for that. So if you're somebody that submitted your form, I'm sure you got everything in, all your ducks in a row. So, with that being said, we have 2 weeks left for those of you that are still running for this. And of course, we have time. Even if you started today, you really do have time. Remember, we popped that out pretty quick in the beginning when we started 4 years ago, so we know you can too. So, with that, any questions? We definitely want to have time for some Q&A to make sure you guys have, all the tools, the resources you need. I know a lot of you are coming in for the event this weekend in Orlando with David Schmidt. He is super excited to have a fantastic presentation for all of you that are going to be there. So that's going to be an amazing time. And of course, we have our VP Janine that's coming in, as well as our country manager Garrett. And Shirley's coming from the West Coast. She's a newer regional rep. And Geraldo will be there as well too as our East Coast rep. So lots of giveaways, lots of swags, lots of free patches, and lots of recognition. We got a lot of fun and lots of information, of course, too. So all kinds of amazing stuff lined up for those of you guys that are coming in. Looking forward to giving big hugs and squeezes and high fives when I get to see you guys later this week. So also, if you are looking at the calendar of events for the week, you probably have seen that I will be having Dr. Harmon on tomorrow that's going to be talking about nitric oxide and our Celergize. And his whole focus is obviously the heart health. So if you know anyone that has a heart, waiting patiently for that to sink in. All right, so if you know anyone that has a heart, his 30-minute Zoom with his own created PowerPoint tomorrow night is going to knock your socks off. So I highly suggest you get on and then you invite anyone that has a heart. And all you really need to do is reach out and say, hey, do you have a heart? And if they say yes, then you say, I've got somewhere you need to be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern because your heart is really important. You're going to want to hear this. And you don't need to say anything else. Like, can you imagine if you just sent that as a text? Hey, do you have a heart? Everybody like, what? And the little heart emoji, not like the actual heart, but the actual organ itself. And yeah, that's what I've been sending out, the invites with the little actual heart organ emoji. So I think it's, going to be pretty darn important and pretty impressive what we're going to hear tomorrow night, which is also going to be able to help you guys. So as we roll into our PIB boost. So we're going to talk about this tonight. I'm sure you saw your email on Sunday. I'm sure you've heard all about it. And I'm sure you've already reached out to a gazillion people about the PIB boost. But, being in this company for over 4 years now, Laura and I have, Leah have, I see you here on my screen. I can't see everybody, of course, but I can see you guys that are senior presidential directors. There's Lillian. I got a heart from Lillian, a presidential director. So you guys have been in for a while. We've had many of these PIB boosts. The company usually does 2 per year. So when these come around, this is a fantastic opportunity, not only for us, but also for our customers, our brand partners that are just buying the product in the brand partner wholesale packs, and for our brand partners that are also building a business like we are. Many reasons that it's a huge perk for them. Not the sign up part even yet, but just the part that the people that are currently purchasing, because you have the ability to upgrade in this PIB, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit here with that upgrade and what that looks like, how you reach out to your current customers, because every upgrade is more volume for you. For those of you that are going for 1 star, which would be all of you on here and all of you watching the recording, that volume is going to increase this week from those people that you've already done the work for and help them to get the technology, right? They're already using it. So adding more value to them, showing them that they're going to get a better discount even when they do the upgrades. So I'm going to do a little screen sharing, okay? And we're going to share some tips and suggestions on how this is going to look, but also to make sure you understand the logistics of it. And I want to say that because before I screen share, before September last year, okay, so all of you that were not in the company before September 1st last year, there's a little bit of this, it's not going to make sense to you. But for all of you that were, our packs were called Silver, Gold, Platinum, and Diamond. September 1st, they changed the name. So if you've come in after September 1st, it's just Core, Advanced, and Premium. So they simplified things, changed the names, and here we are. But the upgrade portion does show both options if someone was a Silver, Gold, Platinum, and also if someone was a Core, Advanced, right? When we're looking at those upgrades. So not to confuse you, but I do need you to understand if you're previous to September, then there's a whole another group also in there for you to upgrade. Okay. So you can, and we're going to look at how you can find what these packs are in your back office so you can see that. So let me screen share real quick. And then Laura, I want you to talk verbiage on suggestions and for them, the messages and stuff like that. All right, so let's look at initially, which you guys are all doing. You're inviting people to events. You're inviting them to watch a video. You're inviting them to look at a PDF or to attend a Zoom or watch a recording. When you sign someone up as an advanced, you always make $75. You know that. We call it good, better, best. Laura says this best. Good, better, best. People will pick the best option. The best option, right, is obviously premium. But if they can't do premium, that's not in their budget, then they're going to pick the better option. Good, better, best. Better is the advanced because your price point is lower on your sleeves. You'll always make a $75 bonus, but this week you'll make an additional $75. So every advanced you have, and again, Laura's going to talk about some things to target, talking about families and couples and, multiples, then and months worth, this is going to earn you double. So $150 for every advance this week. Premium, you always earn $405. You're going to get an additional $250. So Laura, if you don't care to unmute, and Leah, if you have some things you want to share as well too on this, just the enrollment part, not the upgrade part, but just the enrollment part on what are you saying to people when you promote the better package of advanced?
You guys, one thing that I do is, number one, is really listening to them as they're talking to you. Try to stay present in the moment and write down all the things that they're saying to you, because they are giving you clues along the way how they like to do things. Okay, it's always there if you're noting it and listening. Right. So try to get quiet in the moment. It's amazing, if you will. And then we get to the point where, yeah, I'm ready to go. I want to try this. And I go, okay, so let me ask you a few questions. You mentioned your husband had some issues. Now, I can offer you 3 opportunities in which to purchase, and each one is going to bring you value. But if I go with our advanced pack, I'm going to able to serve both you and your husband at the same time and bring you great value, right? Remember, we talked about one sleeve at retail was going to be $150. And that sounds really great when you think about a stem cell injection can run $7,000 plus an injection. However, in this pack, I'm going to be able to drive that unit price down to about $89. Get you and your husband started for the next 2 to 3 months together. And then we can reevaluate and continue to customize for you as we go. How does that sound? Oh, absolutely. Let's do that. Let's do that. Now, more than likely, depending on what I'm picking for them, I can get 3 months in there, right? For them. 3 months of one, 3 months of another, depending on what they want, is all dependent on how much of each patch you're going to get. Remember, one X39 or one X49 equals two supporting patches. Okay, so it's a variable in there that you get to play with. I get them started. They're off and running. They're happy. I have not only served their needs, I have served their pocketbook. And they're really excited about that. And I take those two things very serious. I don't profile them as what they can afford. That's their job. But I am going to offer them the best value because people want value. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes,
Perfect
ma'am.
sense. I love how you always word that, Laura. And you guys, it's about is saving money for our customers. I was at an event a couple weeks ago or a month or so ago. It was an AARP convention, and I brought the slide up that had core advanced premium. And the first thing I said was, who in here has a Costco card or a Sam's Club card? Everybody raised their hand. I said, that's all the differences in these packs. More product, less money, right? And spelling it out, especially when if you're texting them, I spell it out exactly what they can get for $2.95, how many months of each, like Laura said, depending on what they have going on. And then I also give them that next option of the advanced pack. And 9 times out of 10, they want a little bit more to save a little bit more money. And that's all the difference is in this packs. It's just saving your customers money.
Yeah. And the convenience, you guys, we all on here love convenience. Let's not forget the convenience factor here. We're always going to check in on our people, right? That's part of the things that we do. But when you're verbalizing convenience to somebody who lives a busy lifestyle, that's worth a whole lot more to them than 535, right? They're happy. And our job is to make them happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love
I
that.
love that, Leah.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so any questions about the enrollments? You guys can type those in the chat. Any questions about enrollments, drop them in. Let's talk a little bit more into upgrades, and if there's questions, we'll come back just for time purposes. So when you look here, here's your starter, which anybody can come in with that $25 pack, and you may have had some people come in with the promotion with the $25 pack and buy the X39.49 combo and get the free Eon. Or earlier this year, you may have had someone come in with the $25 pack with the X39.49 combo and get the free SP6 that we had a few months ago. So if you did have somebody do that, this is perfect timing to upgrade them to the advanced, just obviously for the reasons Laura just mentioned. And you will get a $75 bonus as you always would, but you'll get that additional 75. So September 2024, these are our bronze and silver packs. And you can see down here the golds and the platinums. Okay, that's what they were called. If you weren't in LifeWave before September 2024, these don't mean anything to you. You're going to only look here at the core, and you're going to come down here and you're going to look at the core and the advanced. So you can just like cross them off your list if you printed this out. Obviously, if you're in before, which many of us are, then you're going to look in your back office. And again, I'm going to show you in the back office where you can find what pack they've already purchased. And again, it's upgrading to advanced. You can see this, advanced, 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 premium, 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 premium. Okay, so what pack are they currently? And if they will upgrade to this pack, you need to get out your handy dandy calculator and you need to figure up the difference for them from what they paid for that core pack, which was $295, to the advanced pack, which is $535. They're going to pay $240. You would always get your $40 bonus. You'll get your additional $40 bonus, but they're going to get a savings. They're only going to pay $240 for 3 X39s. Like Laura said, $89 a sleeve. That's a great savings for people. Maybe they did the $39.49 promo already and they're like, gosh, I just did that, but this is a deal, right? So can I do 2 X39s and a 49? Yeah, of course you can, right? You can mix and match. So knowing these upgrades, again, you get the price you always get to upgrade, and you get whatever is over here additional depending on what pack they've upgraded from. Okay? So key there in the knowing where they were and then knowing where you're upgrading them to. Now, your brand partners that are building a business, these are the ones that are probably going to be first. I'm not going to say always because a lot of customers want this value too, but they may be the ones that are first to say, yes, I want to upgrade to the premium and take advantage of this right now. And obviously, if they have brand partners that do the same, they're going to get a big chunk back. So I'm going to look at I'm going to pull up a back office for you guys so you can see what it looks like to find what pack they are. Okay, so let me pull this up real quick and then I'll screen share with you guys. Alrighty. Organization. And all right, we're going to go to our enroller team report where we are living our enroller team report. And then we're going to come back in and talk about some verbiage on what to say to help them to do the upgrading process. Okay. So we go here to customer type. I want to totally do the whole rank thing. We love how this is just a teeny bit behind now. One more time. One more time. Sorry, guys. Okay. Well, they're not wanting to. Okay, well, we're going to go. There they are. Okay, that's what I thought it was rank. That's why I was like, why is it not populating the way I want? Sorry. Populate one more time. It'll put them in order for us. Move down to 50. Patience, patience, patience. We need one of those little metronomes. Do back and forth, right? All right, so these are all the retails. PCs don't have any ranks. One more time. Move this over. Okay, here we go. All right, so when we look at rank, if they don't have a rank, then it's going to show their pack. Okay, so when we start right here, we can see these are the premiums that aren't ranked or showing a rank yet. Okay, then we can see here are the advanced. So these advanced can do the upgrade to the premium. Then we look at here's the core. So again, I'm in organization, I'm in enroller team report, and I've clicked 500 million times on the paid as rank button until it finally puts them in order for me. But here are all the cores. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And did I get more than that? Yeah, 9, 10, maybe 11, 12-ish or so cores. Cores can upgrade to advanced. So every one of these cores need to know that there's that opportunity to upgrade to advanced, okay? And then these are diamonds. So diamonds, they're already the same as premium. So if you have diamonds, they can't go any higher. But your platinums here have the ability to upgrade to premium. So there was an option on here. If I go back to this little sheet right here, and I go to my platinums, which they've already spent 1,000, to upgrade to premium, which is 750, then you would make the difference from the platinum. Bruce, don't mark on the screen. The difference from the platinum, which was, oh my God, what was that back then? What was the platinum bonus? You guys remember the platinum bonus? Was it, what was it?
Oh, wait a minute.
I know.
250? Was it 250?
No,
No. 175?
God, I don't even remember. I'll have to look back. That's bad.
I don't even know.
But September, we erased it from our brain. It no longer exists. But you'll get an additional 65 when you upgrade your platinums to your premiums. Okay? So going back here, then you just keep scrolling down at your people and you'll keep looking here to see where they're at. So all these golds can go over to up to the premium as well. Now, obviously, if you've been in longer or you're a heck of an enroller, you've got a lot of people to play with here. If you haven't been in that long, you may only have one or two. So you can see here looking, here's the golds that he has, here's the silvers. The silvers can go up to advanced, here's some bronzes, and then obviously retail, PCs have nothing to do with that. Okay, so that's where you find in your back office what someone came in at. And then you can obviously see where they can go. And again, you're looking at, and I'll show this one last thing and then that's it. We'll spend the next time. Any questions and verbiage. Right here, you're looking at this right here on their, where they were, if they were core, right? You're getting paid the difference. You're getting the difference in volume. It's going to increase your volume. You're getting the difference in the PIB plus the extra on top of it this week. And then, of course, they're getting the extra in patches and the extra in savings. So you could use this to do your handy dandy calculator with your math and figure out exactly for them. And I do this when I'm on the phone with them. If they're saying, say, well, you can, you have great savings, you can take advantage of your new customer upgrade. And I'll just say, this is what your savings are. And I've got my paper here with my math on it that tells me exactly how much they're going to save and what they're going to get in addition to if they were just versus just buying outright. So, Laura, Leah, what are some things you say to your current brand partners slash customers that are using to help them to see the value in upgrading versus just maybe staying on their auto ship right now, or and or pushing that auto ship out?
Leah, you want to go?
Well, again, it goes back to us watching our client's pocketbook, right? Because you want to save money, I want to save money, so they're going to want to save money. And which upgrade I love the most is going from core to advanced, because they're actually going to get it for less than they paid for the core, and they can get the same amount of patches that they got. And then, of course, yes, it is a big jump from advanced to the premium, but still offer the option to your customer. Go ahead and have it all worked up.
Mhm.
Well, if you want to go ahead and get 6 months, you can save $400, $500, whatever it works out to be, by going to this next level. And you don't even have to give them the name of it, in which I typically don't even give people the name. If we upgrade you, I just don't talk about upgrading from core to advanced. Their next order, you can save an additional 70, about $80, and get 3 more of everything, what you got before if we use this new customer upgrade, right? Call it that if you want to call it an upgrade, but it's just about terminology. And again, saving money, because we all want to save money, right?
Yeah, I love that. You guys, what I love about this business is the creativity that you can use when you talk to your clients. And when you talk to your clients, it's about being the fun part is to be relatable for them, like Costco or Sam's, or they can relate to that. I used to say a lot, you have a new customer upgrade on your account. And I think that's great. But I think a lot of people reference new in different ways. And I found that sometimes I think that they didn't take it as seriously as I was maybe trying to express. And I'll call them up and go, hey, listen, because of the status of your account and what we have running right now, I'm able to save you X, Y, and Z. And not only am I going to save you $75, I'm able to get you 2 free patches. And they're like, well, I don't know what it is, but just go ahead. Right? I mean, a lot of times they're like, I get it, girl. You know what I mean? So it's choosing verbiage that that they can relate to. And I have found the word status. What would you do if I called you up and go, hey, your account is in a VIP status? and I'm able to get you X, Y, and Z this week only, not able to get you, right? That doesn't create a sense of urgency. And remember, we run our businesses from week to week. So I'm going to speak to them in a way that I need this done this week for you, right? A lot of times I'll say in the next 2 days, and they'll call me back and they're like, oh my God, Laura, I've been so busy. I can't get you my blah, 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 blah. No problem. I will extend it to you until Sunday. Now they're special, right? They're not only a VIP status holder, it's kind of like flying Delta, right? I put them in a status that makes them feel special, and they're all in for me to get them whatever I feel deem appropriate for them. And sometimes, y'all, that's the appropriate time to introduce that patch that you spoke about originally on the call, right? Because you're really good about writing stuff down. And you go, you know what? I know you wanted to try that Alavita. This might be a good time to throw it in there because I'm getting it free for you. Oh, well, throw it in. I got it. Right? Have fun with it. Right? And in return, they so appreciate you, and that equals retention. And yes, we always have to be enrolling new. Don't ever forget that. But when you can retain, that is powerful. It's equally as powerful as enrolling new. And when you have both of those, you're on it. You got it going on.
I love that, Laura. That VIP status. We're all getting in the Sky Club. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! Sky
Free
Club.
cocktails. Free cocktails.
Free mimosas. You know, guys, here's what I do from the beginning is I tell people, because, you know, 99.999% of them, I'm setting up their account for them, right? I'll get you set up. I'll send you an email confirmation. You know, I'll send you your login information, but I'm happy to take care of all your orders if, you know, you would rather me do that. Happy to do it. Just text me when you want to order, which they do. But I tell them, here's what I want you to know. You're going to be ready to order here in the next, you know, whatever, 30 days, right? I want to make sure you let me know. I'll check back with you because I want to get you the best price for your patches. And we have incredible options for you to be able to get even bigger discounts as you order throughout your LifeWave journey. So I've already primed them in the beginning to say, get back with me. If there's ever anything, check with me. I have specials, I have promos, I have upgrades, I have options so I can get you the best deal. And they do. They will text me out of the blue. Do you have any promotions right now? Do you have any specials? Do you have any savings? And if we're not running a promotion or a savings, I go right to the maintenance pack. And I look at the maintenance pack and I say, you know what? I can actually save you $10 a sleeve off your X39s right now. You can get 3 for $269. And they're like, really? Okay, I'll take that. That's a maintenance pack we have available at all point in time. It's always there. Those supportive patches, you know, I can get you a bundle of those if you want to just bundle up on them. And they're only $49 each. I can get you a good savings on that. Right? So being able to always have some type of promotion. Or, oh, I can get, you want 3. If you get 2 of the supportive patches, but if you get a third, I can save you even more. You're going to save an additional $10 per sleeve. And you may not want it right now, but this could be something you use next month. So again, listening to what their needs are, but then offering these promos all the time. Laura, I can't hear you. You're muted. But saying that we have these availabilities for come to me. I'm your girl. I'm your guy. Yeah, that's customer service. That's what we're here to do. That, again, creates that retention. They will continue. And you may say, well, I just want to put them on auto ship. I don't want to deal with that. They should just be able to order and it just goes to them and I get paid every single month. Okay. And you can try that method and see how that works out for you and see if it works. And maybe it does. But we are really big on the providing the customer service, the adding the value, the staying in touch, the letting them know when there's promos, when there's Zooms, when there's opportunities for them to be able to learn more and have more value added to their LifeWave experience.
Yeah. And Stacy, when I was sitting there listening to your talk, I got excited. I started waving my hands because what a perfect opportunity if you're bundling those supporting patches like Stacy just shared. What a great opportunity to go, oh my gosh, I can throw the Cellergize in. You've been wanting to try it. I can get it for $49.95 now. Instead of you paying $70 for it, Y'all see what I did? $49.95, and then I used the big word $70 or the bigger number, right? So to them, that they're like, oh my God, we'll throw it in. Let's do it. Like, and now you've introduced them to something that very well they will put on an auto ship because they don't have to worry about getting that every month because they will fall in love with that product. They'll want it.
And the last 2 weeks of testimonials were mind blowing on the Sellergize, and I guarantee you tomorrow night's going to be as well too. So, with that being said, yes, it is a contact sport. I love that, Lillian. It is a relationship that we're developing with each and every person. It does require time, commitment, energy, and effort, but that's what we're here for, right? To make an impact in people's lives, to go on a journey with them and go on a journey with hundreds of them, thousands of them. What a rewarding place to be able to make that kind of impact and contribution to other people. We have no more time left. We're over by 3 minutes, but I am excited for you guys this week with the big things that are coming on Zoom and in person. And I'm super excited for you guys next week for those of you that will also be finishing up the One-Star Director. Now, if you do happen to go into qualification for the first week next week, you still have that first week of August to maintain it because you have to maintain 2 weeks in a row. So just a reminder, when your first week ends, whatever that first week is on that Sunday night that you are in qualification for One-Star Director, you need to take those screenshots just like you did at the beginning that show your enroller tree report with the GVU in order. You need to have your list where you have your left and your right. You need to have that list that's uploaded and then the screenshot of your GVU for that first week you're in qualification. Then the second week, right after it that you're in qualification, you need the same screenshots. So you recorded your first, right? You're in running for it. I'm not there yet, so here's where I started. Whenever you hit it, you need verification that week on Sunday night and then the following week as well on that Sunday night that you have maintained it. And then that's when you get the link to fill out that JOT form to upload all that information. And then that's, like I said, for those of you that entered those last night, that's what I'll be verifying tonight, going through all of those pictures that you sent me. So if you're still not sure what pictures to take, then go back to that original JOT form. It has that picture on it. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what explains to you exactly where to click, how to click to get the pictures that are needed to show the qualification for One-Star. So if you're not sure, I promise you your upline senior directors and above, they know. They get it. They understand. We've discussed it 5 million times. They know exactly how to help you, and they'll be more than happy to help you so you can upload those pictures correctly in the form and earn your $500. So thank you guys for being here. I'll send out this recording shortly, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Zoom tomorrow night.